everybody, it's TK
and Earl here,
and we'd like to take you on a tour of Hill Country Lakes RV Park.
It's right outside of Austin, Texas.
Here's where you check in at the front office. I did have some papers to look over and sign and met Terry, which was really cool. And here's our spot, which was one of my favorite RV parks and RV spots. It just felt like we had our own park here because of all of the trees.
And here she is just sneaking up on me, getting a candid shot of me, and I'm like, oh shoot, what are you doing here?
Love that. Here's our fire pit. We had just bought a fire pit and we didn't need to use it because they had a nice one for us here.
Here's all the hookups. We have the 50 amp service there. We have the full water and sewage. And we actually had to use our leveling blocks quite a bit because the site was a little bit uneven and we had a little bit of a rough go with that, trying to figure out what was going wrong there.
Here's the overhead view. There were plenty of people there, some full-timers, but really spread out private. Laundry, bathrooms, we used the laundry, that was fine.
Coin operated like most places are.
We didn't use this very much, the main all-purpose community area, because of COVID. Nobody was around, unfortunately, but it's something nice.
Yeah,
potential.
we walked the dogs around in that area, but it would have been cool to be able to sit around and have a fire with everybody. But yeah, just the way things are, we couldn't really take advantage of it.
And this next spot you're going to see is the very large and gorgeous looking place where the dogs can run off a leash, but we discovered 2 days in that there were a lot of burrs here. This was my favorite park by far until we discovered burrs. I have to say, we were pulling burrs out of both our dogs' feet after I think 2 days. I don't know why it suddenly got worse.
Especially Bowser's because he has so much fur. So here's our solution for him. These booties were supposed to be for him when it was really cold outside and snowy, but since we're on the move, we just used them for birds protection instead.
And he hated them. Here's the garbage. This was an adventure because sometimes we took the garbage out at night and it was super, super dark, but it led to beautiful star-filled skies.
And great nights for fire, too.
This was one of my absolutely favorite parks I mentioned before because we had kind of our own secluded spot and it was so dark there that it was one of the most star-filled skies I think we've seen yet.
Yeah, it was really nice. And Link's just sitting there looking away at himself. But I guess that's what happens. So yeah, we had like numerous experiences with wildlife out there. We had deer that were following us around sometimes because people would feed them. They were kind of like following us around, like wanting us to feed them too. And then
they chased after us, yeah.
Yeah,
it was a little scary.
And then there's a pack of coyotes that we heard at night. It sounded like they'd got something.
Yeah, they found something.
And they were really close. So it was interesting.
Yeah, so again, I absolutely love this park. Would have probably picked it as my favorite except for the burr situation we mentioned earlier that really put a damper on things, having to check, especially Bowser's poor fur and paws. Sometimes they got caught in the pads and that was not fun.
Yeah, he was loaded up a lot, so there were quite a few burrs.
5 stars for this park, but do watch out for your little puppies.
Yep. So thank you very much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our videos where we do more reviews of RV parks and all the places that we have been. So thank you very much.
We'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.